Well, the impact of the pandemic continues to affect jobs. The latest figures show that the UK unemployment rate has risen to its highest level for more than 3 years. The Office for National Statistics says that the rate increased to 4.5% between June and August, with younger workers the hardest hit. And the prospect of tough local restrictions could bring more hardship again, as our economics editor Faisal Islam reports now.
Here in Harrogate, the music has stopped playing. Employers such as this nightclub operator, who had held out over firing workers, has now had to make the toughest of decisions.
It was without question the hardest professional decision I've ever taken in nearly 40 years in this industry. And the reason being, I've been through 2 or 3 recessions previously where we had to make staff redundant. This time we were in a position that we're having to tell people that we're going to lose their jobs because we simply weren't allowed by law to open. Not because the businesses weren't viable, not because the customers didn't want the product. They were sacrificing themselves for the public health agenda.
This is what's driving up rising joblessness. The unemployment rate at 4.5% is at a 3-year high, though still relatively low by international and historic standards. The number of redundancies was up over the same period by a record as the furlough scheme began to be unwound. Redundancies are at their highest level since the financial crisis. There were some silver linings. Government support in August helped see a surge in vacancies, and workers on company payrolls stabilised slightly up, still over 600,000 down on March. Joblessness has jumped and is set to surge further in the coming months. It is one side of a complicated and concerning balancing act between protecting lives and livelihoods. And whatever happens with lockdowns, this tightrope is here to stay over the coming months, and that means very tricky decisions on jobs for employers right now. The International Monetary Fund warned today of the lasting damage from the pandemic to all major economies. Here, the Governor of the Bank of England told MPs that some jobs will not return.
It increases the importance of the need to ensure that people can move jobs, retrain, get new skills, get skills to match the direction in which the change is happening.
When the government say... Back in Harrogate, Kim, a back office worker in the nightclub business, fears even the new 2/3 wage support policy is not enough.
I can't pay a decreased amount of my bills. And how is my employer supposed to pay my NI and pension with no income?
How's it affected things generally?
I feel stressed all the time, and it's awful. It's not good for my well-being.
A three-way balancing act of lives, livelihoods and the limits of government support is now going to be with us for some months. Faisal Islam, BBC News.